Tasty and Meatless brings you to LifeFest Kapalua, Hawaii's premier health and wellness event. Renowned experts share their wisdom in 4 inspiring days at the Kapalua Resort on Maui, one of the world's rejuvenating destinations. This empowering event helps people discover how to be healthy and alive. Tasty and Meatless brings you exclusive interviews and a taste of those key ingredients that make a healthy life. So stay tuned. I'm here right now with Kat Carney, who's the health news anchor for CNN Headline News. Good to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us, as a news reporter with CNN, what are some of the leading health and wellness news items in the news today?
Well, I don't think a week goes by when we don't have a story about obesity. You know, we're hearing a lot about the problem, and people want to know, how do I solve the problem? So now you're seeing a lot of studies coming out, and like I said, every week I'm reporting on that.
Why do you think conferences like this conference here at LifeFest are important for people to attend?
Well, for consumers, it's important because you get to interact with the people who are making the news, the doctors and the researchers. You get to ask questions that you don't necessarily get when you're just watching them on television. So, I encourage people to come out to conferences like this. And from a reporter standpoint, it's the same thing. I get to interact with people who I'm reporting on a regular basis. So it's wonderful.
Well, Kat, thank you for being with us, and keep up that great work you're doing on CNN News. We'll be watching you for those great health reports.
Thank you. Aloha.
Aloha.
Welcome to Kapalua Resort. Welcome to LifeFest. On behalf of our ancestors and yours, start your engines. It's going to be a great weekend. Thank you.
We're here with Kahu Naioni today, and he's an expert in Hawaiian plant medicines, herbal medicines.
La'au lapa'au.
Say that again?
La'au lapa'au.
Okay. Well, we emphasize so much on our program about the power of eating a plant-based diet for good health, a meatless diet. But you're an expert in the power of plants for health and healing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the idea is that the Hawaiians believe that our medicines come from a higher power through the plants. And the plants sacrifice themselves for our well-being, our healing, both as food as well as medicines. And we besides having the technical knowledge of the physical knowledge of the plants, we also have a spiritual connection with the plants. That the spirit connection is the one that actually gives us the healing power.
Tell us a little bit about how Hawaiian herbal medicine may be different compared to herbal medicine of other cultures.
I don't think it's different because Hawaiian herbal medicine also includes plants from other places. The Hawaiians believe that as the different illnesses come in, so do the medicines. It's just that our protocol makes us use those plants and look at them differently than a regular herbalist would do somewhere else in the world, or a non-indigenous practice. In our practice, there are the ingredients of the herbs, but those ingredients don't really come together unless you add the spiritual connection to it. The protocols and the spirituality of the practice is really what heals, and not just that chemical makeup of the plant.
For our listeners, how would you recommend for our people to get some of the benefit from the native Hawaiian herbs, and how can they learn more about Hawaiian herbal medicine?
Well, I can say this, that for Hawaiian herbal medicine, it's important for us to get the patient to understand the cultural and spiritual connection, because that is what really works, and also to believe in it. Now, we get them to understand that we're all in partnership. The plant, the practitioner, the wisdom, the spirituality, and we need to bring all that together. The patient also needs to know that they have to humble themselves, because the plant and the spirituality is really sacrificing themselves, their body, their being, to help heal this person. And when that person understands that, then within himself starts healing. And also there's a better connection between the plant. If a person just comes up and says, give me a medicine, I'll write a check for you, and here it is. Most of the time, traditional practitioners like myself will step back and say, no, we're not really using this properly. We're not going through the right healing processes. The person has to immerse themselves into the practice along with the practitioner, and everybody is sacrificing for that person. The practitioner, the plant, the spirituality, and that person has to understand that and humble themselves to that.
My name is Mike Umetsu, and I'm representing Haile Maile General Store here at the LifeFest in Kapalua. Tonight, for our vegetarian option, we have a grilled eggplant roulade. It's filled with a ricotta cheese that has been seasoned with some soft herbs like parsley, thyme, and sweet basil. And we've covered it with a fresh tomato sauce. Many of our chefs actually are vegetarians and are constantly making new recipes. So every day you come to our restaurant, you might be trying something altogether very new.
Today on Tasty and Meatless, we're very honored to have none other than Dr. Andrew Weil with us today on the program. And Dr. Weil is recognized internationally as a leader in integrative medicine. Dr. Weil, glad to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Dr. Weil, tell us what really is integrative medicine?
Well, it's the medicine of the future. It's just good medicine. The official definition that I use is that it's healing-oriented medicine that takes account of whole persons, meaning body, minds, and spirits, as well as all aspects of lifestyle. It emphasizes the therapeutic relationship and makes use of all appropriate therapies, both conventional and alternative. So bringing the alternative therapies in is only one part of it. It's really shifting the focus of medicine onto health and healing, really looking at lifestyle medicine and whole persons.
Tell us a little bit, there's maybe a little confusion. You hear the different terms, complementary medicine, yes, integrative medicine, alternative medicine. You like integrative medicine is the best
Well,
term.
This is the term that is being accepted in academic medicine, and I think it's a neutral term. It doesn't push buttons like alternative medicine.
Right.
It's not a feeble term like complementary medicine, which suggests that you're keeping mainstream medicine as the center and have these little garnishes around the edge of the plate. And I think it suggests inclusivity, trying to bring things together. But in practice, this is the term that's being used in academic medical centers.
So what you're doing is combining the best of modern medicine with ancient medicine.
Exactly.
Isn't that what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. And the best of Western with Eastern, along with, I think, a lot of common sense, which in many cases has disappeared from many medical settings.
Yeah.
It brings a lot of people to our program when they discover that there is another way out there of doing it.
And every day on our show, we talk about a meatless diet. We talk about eating more fruits and vegetables. How do you see the power of a plant-based diet, eating more fruits and vegetables? How does that fit into integrative medicine?
Totally. I mean, as I said, we're very much focused on lifestyle, and nutrition is a major aspect of lifestyle. I think in our clinic at the University of Arizona, we often use dietary change as a primary treatment strategy. And I wish more doctors could do that, but they need to be educated about nutrition. And I think one of the recommendations we always make is that people eat more fruits and vegetables, also to learn how to substitute plant protein for some of the animal protein in the diet.
You give great advice in your newsletter that many people read all over the country, all over the world actually, about healthful living and integrative medicine. What are some tips you can give to our listeners who are trying to make that transition? They haven't been eating vegetables and fruits that much. They want to get on a healthier diet. What are some practical things?
I would say, first of all, do it slowly. It doesn't have to be a global change overnight. Do it gradually. Also, seek out people who have better eating habits than you do and spend more time with them. That's a great way to reinforce good eating habits. With the vegetable protein, get familiar with the whole range of soy foods that are out there now, which are very different from what it was 20 years ago. And try them, experiment with them. Try a different vegetable here and there. But I think that I would say the main thing is go slowly.
And be adventurous, right?
Absolutely. Try new things.
Try Thai food.
Exactly.
Okay.
And a lot of the ethnic cuisines that you've got available here in Hawaii are essentially plant-based, that they use meat more as a garnish.
Right.
My name is Lisa, and I'm here representing David Paul's Lahaina Grill. Today we have our toy box tomato salad, which is going to be cherry and zebra tomatoes with a honey basil vinaigrette. We have a vegetarian menu. Nightly we have 2 vegetarian entrees. That's going to be our grilled polenta stacks and also a 4-cheese manicotti. We do also have numerous salads that are going to be vegetarian, as well as our eggplant Napoleon appetizer.
And now we're with Dr. Ira Sunan, who's a medical doctor. He's a leader here in Honolulu in the work of integrative medicine and has a practice here in Honolulu. Tell us about your clinic and practice.
Sure, John. We have our facility is named Manakaia Malama, and there we have an integrative clinic housing psychology, acupuncture, naturopathy, chiropractic, physical therapy, as well as conventional medical services.
And you're board certified in preventive medicine.
I'm board certified in a few areas, including preventive medicine. That's really what it's all about.
So with Dr. Sunan, we have a real example here of a doctor who's practicing integrative medicine with this clinic that you're doing.
Well, we've had some practice. We've seen about 30,000 patients in the last 2 years since we opened.
Now, as a physician, you're on the advisory board or one of the advisors for this fabulous LifeFest event here. Tell us why you think it's important to have these types of conferences and programs, and why it's important for people to come to them.
Well, I think this is what people are looking for, and Hawaii is the perfect place. I mean, we have the environment, we have the mana, we have the spirit in the land and the people, and it's just the perfect venue to bring the needs that we're seeing in the mainland population and elsewhere. I think that Hawaii is the perfect place to take care of them.
We have for you folks a fresh garden salad, fresh from our farm, Nui Fresh Farms. We have kula greens, the assorted lettuce, reds, greens, romaine. We have our carrots, and we have fresh tomatoes, kula onions, and some peanuts to go on it as garnish, and our watermelon, sweet watermelon from Kula.
And now we're with world-class athlete and weight loss expert Robert Ferguson. Good to have you on the program.
It's great to be here.
Now, you are an athlete and you're totally meatless.
100% meatless.
But I thought to be an athlete, they think you got to eat a lot of protein in animal products.
Well, there's protein in everything. There's protein in lemons, there's protein in spinach. For about 15 years, I've been meatless. I was military athlete of the year without eating meat.
What branch of the service?
U.S. Marine, of course.
Okay.
So as a U.S. Marine, no meat. And of course, people always ask you, where do you get your protein? And I say, where do you not get your protein? It's in everything. So as a result of not eating meat, the first thing I experienced personally was just an increase in my performance as far as my race time, as far as running 3 miles, my performance as far as an athlete. I mean, everything improved.
Now, you have some of your own weight loss centers, I understand.
Yes. I'm a co-author of Fat That Doesn't Come Back, and we own 3 weight loss clinics called Wellness Weight Loss. One of the things that I know personally, as far as working with thousands of people who want to release fat for the last time, is that if they don't have it upstairs, that means mentally, then it's not going to happen. So we're not into like event-driven diets. We're looking at a lifestyle.
The more meatless meals they can have, even though they're not totally meatless yet,
exactly,
the more they're going to be successful.
Yeah, there's not necessary. When people are feeling better about themselves and they're seeing progress with their body composition as far as releasing fat and keeping their lean body mass, then they're more willing to like take another step. And then they'll notice that they're able to like be healthier and feel vibrant without eating meat, and then we're on to something. We should bottle it and sell it, you know what I mean?
Great.
My name is Lily Boerner. I'm with Ono Organic Farms. Our farm is in the Kipahulu in the Hana district of Maui and Hawaii. We have an organic certified farm in tropical fruits. I think one of the things with farming these days is that if you're happy and you have a passion about what you're doing, and we have a passion about tropical fruit, we have a passion about organic, and raising our family in an organic environment, and we have a passion working with the chefs because our fruit excites the chefs and turns them on, and that's what we like to do.
We're here with Clifford Ng, who is the cultural advisor to the Ritz-Carlton here. Welcome.
Aloha.
Tell us a little bit about the philosophy here is what you're doing with the Ritz-Carlton and educating new executives and people that come to work here about the health and the wellness and the cultural values.
Great. We, as a cultural advisor, are responsible for making sure that our people are not diluted nor reinvented. So when executives or new employees come to be, we make sure that they are addressed in cultural do's and cultural don'ts, and that they understand the people that they represent, because If they don't, then our visitor walks away with a false impression of what Hawaii is all about. We want to make sure that the host is connected to the hosted and vice versa. If we don't have that, then both sides lose.
Now, how do you do that? How do you educate them about this?
Well, we have programs such as a sense of place, which addresses the sacred site here at Honokohua, and it also grounds them in the Hawaiian heart and soul. We are not from Disneyland. We are not here to put laser on people's necks. We are here to say, on the other hand, aloha, welcome to Hawaii, know me, love me, and that is what Hawaiian is being all about. We want our guests to come to Hawaii. We want them to love these islands. We want them to love us as well. And for the Hawaiian, telling our story makes us recognizable throughout the world, and we have a great story to tell.
So do you actually get these executives walking through the taro patches and experiencing some of the, because I know some places do that.
Correct, right. In our case, it's not the lo'i or the taro patch. What I do is escort them to the sacred site of Honokohua, our preservation site, and we actually sit down upon their shoulders. They are looking up at us like this, and their responsibility is to tell me the truth. And in some way it puts additional pressure on them. It's kind of like a job interview for them, but they understand that the responsibility is great. This is not a place of transition where you can come in and just do what you want. It is a place of growth. It is a place of understanding. And I will defend our people and our culture, and the Kapalua Resort will do the same from day one to the day they leave.
And here with LifeFest, this wonderful event in health and wellness, how do you integrate some of the cultural philosophies and the Hawaiian uniqueness to this program and this conference?
For wellness, for LifeFest, it's all about that, becoming aligned with oneself, first of all, spiritually. Then, only then, can the healing process begin, whether I want to help someone else, whether I'm helping myself. It all starts from within.
Right.
Oh, we're from the Kapalua Bay Hotel, from the Gardenia Restaurant. We have namasu, it's cucumbers, carrots. We have seaweed, and it's with rice vinegar and sugar. And we also have pea sprout salad. Very healthy for you.
We have with us Dr. Howard Murad, one of the nation's authorities on good, healthy skin care and anti-aging. He's also a pharmacist and author of the book Wrinkle Free Forever, the 5-week dermatologist program. Good to have you here, Dr. Murad.
Great to be here, John. I'm really a pleasure.
Well, now, skin care, of course, is your specialty, and you work with the Hollywood stars and many other people in keeping their skin nice and healthy. And one of the key parts of that is what you call the water principle. Could you tell us about that?
Absolutely. You know, when you think about aging itself, by definition, when we age, we lose water in our tissue. And up until now, people have been just telling you, drink 8-10 glasses of water a day. Well, that really doesn't work. What we need to do is to get that water into the cells, and there is only one way to do that, with appropriate nutrition, believe it or not. So when we have appropriate nutrition, we repair the cells and allow them to attract water right into it, reducing the aging process, reducing wrinkles, increasing elasticity of the skin, and actually giving energy to the body.
Now, you have said in your writings and your lectures that eating fruits and vegetables, particularly raw fruits and vegetables, may be more important to get our water from those foods than drinking the water. Can you elaborate?
Absolutely. What it is if you think of a concept called structured water, it's the water that you can get into the cells much easier. Well, for some reason or other, that water has gotten into the cells of the fresh fruits and vegetables. The other benefit, by the way, is when you eat raw, fresh fruits and vegetables, by and large, especially if they're colored, they're high in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory, so you're getting that other benefit, plus water that's going to get into your cells a lot better, give you more energy, reduce lines and wrinkles, prevent free radicals.
Protein, of course, is also, and amino acids is also important to good skin care. And tell us a little bit about your philosophy as far as getting the protein from their original sources.
Yeah. You know, the problem with what happens in our body is actually a factory. What you put in it is what you get out. And the easier you make your body to do that job, the better. So if you take meat, for example, it is protein, but that body has to break it down. It's a very complicated process to break it down to the basic amino acids, before those can be converted back into protein that you need. But if you get it from beans and nuts and things like that, it's much simpler. It's easier for the body to digest those, break them down, get the appropriate amino acids, and then build your own collagen and your own elastin so you have a healthy glow that you can have all kinds of benefits.
I'm Gary Mukagawa. I'm from Royce Kahana Bar and Grill. And we have here truffled hiyayako, which is chilled tofu with a truffled vinaigrette topped with scallions, kawari sprouts, and garnished with a little bit of cucumber kimchi on the side. The vinaigrette has a little bit of shoyu, cucumbers, shiso leaf, truffle oil, and a little bit of daikon as well.
We're here with my longtime friend and colleague, Dr. Terry Shintani, who is Hawaii's leading physician and nutritionist in preventive medicine. Dr. Shintani, good to have you here.
Well, thanks for having me on the show.
Today you talked about, here at LifeFest, about the skinny on diets. And there's so many popular diets out there. Of course, the biggest thing going on, everyone's talking about high protein diets. What do you think of those?
As far as high protein diets go, probably the worst part about it is that there's so much misinterpretation of science, or room for misinterpretation of science. And then people start thinking that eating lots of meat and lots of saturated fat is okay, and it's good for you, in fact. I think that's not a good thing with those kinds of diets. I think that the allowance of so much fat is not good, because we all know that fat, dietary fat, correlates with high body fat, with high rates of heart disease, certain cancers, strokes, and diabetes. So these are the negative parts about the high protein diets. I think the one positive thing, though, is that they're getting people to be more aware of avoiding refined carbohydrate products, sugar, white flour products, for example. And so it's, you know, it's not completely a bad thing. It's just that it's gotten so far that I think the negatives may outweigh its positives. I think going meatless, well, is actually the healthiest way to go. I mean, it's in Genesis, it's in the Bible, it's no cholesterol in it. If you go unprocessed, meatless foods, you've got fiber. You can't gain weight on that kind of diet. Anyone who studies it carefully knows that that's true. And you'll see lower cholesterol levels and lower risks of cancer. People lose weight automatically. There's so many reasons why it's a good way to go that that's really the core of what I try to teach.
We know you'll want to attend LifeFest Kapalua next year. Treat yourself to this educational and relaxing event and spend time at one of the most beautiful spots in the world, because you deserve to be healthy and happy too.